Hello, church. It's Pastor Chris, and I just wanted to bring you another encouraging word today. This time it's from Psalm chapter 18, verses 30 through 36. It says, God, His way is perfect. The word of the Lord is pure. He is a shield to all who take refuge in Him. For who is God beside the Lord, and who is a rock? Only our God. God, He clothes me with strength and makes my way perfect. He makes my feet like the feet of a deer and sets me securely on the heights. He trains my hands for war, and my arms can bend a bow of bronze. You have given me the shield of your salvation, and your right hand upholds me. Your humility exalts me. You make a spacious path between me for my steps, and my ankles do not give way. You know, this passage is a great encouragement to me because it reminds me that God's way is always perfect. We never have to guess if something is out of God's control or if it's out of God's will. It is always in God's control and His will. God never makes mistakes. His word is pure, it says. He is a shield and a refuge for those who love Him, for His children. And it doesn't matter what trial you're facing in life. Whether it's the coronavirus, whether it's a frustration in your marriage, challenges with your children, difficulty at your job, or maybe you're just worried about if you're going to be able to pick up groceries. No matter what the trial is that you're facing, God's way is perfect. And you might be wondering, well, how on earth can this be perfect? You know, through all of this and all the things that you're facing, I'll be honest with you, I have no idea what you're experiencing or how you're experiencing those things. Because each of us deal with stress and anxiety and worry differently. But what I do know is that God knows. God knows exactly how you feel. He knows how the panic sweeps through your body like a warm rush. God knows each tear that you've cried. And even though I may not know exactly how you're feeling, I do know that God is still in control. He is not wasting time. In fact, what He is doing is He is training us. He's using this time to prepare us for something that He wants us to do down the road. Somehow and in some way, God is working through our difficulties. We know that the hard times are going to come. And we may not understand the trials that we're going through. We may not see what the good is that's going to come out of it until we get to heaven. But God, He is at work. And He is working His perfect plan. That's what it says. Your way, God, His way is perfect. His way is perfect. God's plan is perfect. So how should you and I respond when we feel like our whole world is falling apart? Well, here's what I can tell you. We are not strong enough to hold our world together. We're not strong enough to hold it together. But God is strong enough to hold us together. When your world is falling apart, let God hold you together. He can be our source of strength, and He can be our source of peace. And whenever we realize that He has a purpose for this trial and this pain, it will give us that peace that surpasses all understanding. Trusting Him gives us security in this insecure time. You know, David wrote that God trains my hands. God trains my hands. And through this trial, God is training us. Through these challenges, God will sustain us. In His power, we will make it through. God loves us. God can be trusted. And when we are walking in the way of the Lord, He will give us the strength that we need in order not to crumble. He will hold us together. You know, we may not understand, and we may never understand how God is working these bitter trials for our good. But we can know that there is no one beside God. We can know that God is our rock. He is immovable. We can know that God is still on His throne. He's still ruling. And even through our questions, we can trust God. Ask God today, pray to Him, and ask Him to arm you with His strength. Ask Him to give you courage. Seek Him so that you know which way you ought to go, because God is working good and you can rest in Him today. I want you to know I love you. I'm praying for you, and I pray that God blesses each one of you.